is an antidepressant that acts on serotonin and noradrenaline. And although it is not fully understood what causes depression, an imbalance of naturally occurring chemicals in our brain is thought to be a factor. I've taken this for several years. It's recommended that you try to keep regular appointments with your doctor because it can unexpectedly cause you to be suicidal. Clonazepam. This one, venlafaxine, makes your legs feel like they need to run while you're lying in bed trying to sleep. And so you have to take another pill to stop that. Lithium carbonate, from a naturally occurring element. It's used to treat bipolar disorder. And it's thought to be especially effective against the manic episodes, which is like the frenetic, super up, supposedly like super creative part of it that you'd think an artist would be happy to have. And you know, I've taken this for, I don't even know how many years. I calculated that I've taken about 6,000 of these tablets. And I don't even have manic episodes. I just have the depression. And yet, for some reason, I still keep taking it. Levothyroxine. Now this is a synthetic hormone which I have to take because it's another side effect from this one, which depresses your thyroid activity. And apparently when you have hypothyroidism, and so if you don't have enough of this hormone, the body cannot function properly. It results in poor growth, slow speech, lack of energy, weight gain, hair loss, dry, thick skin, and increased sensitivity to cold. When taken correctly, levothyroxine can control these symptoms. Mirtazapine, or the brand name Remeron, which sounds like something really cool. Like it's going to really rev you up, right? But this is just like some other random antidepressant that my psychiatrist prescribed me and that I've started taking, and it's mixed in with so many of these other things that I'm not even really sure if it's helping. But for now, based on some faith, I keep taking it. Risperidone. This one is a fun one. This one is an antipsychotic. And according to the package insert that comes with it in Spain, where I live, it is designed to help you if you're seeing things that aren't there, hearing things that nobody else can hear, or believing in things that aren't possible. But I'd kind of like to believe in things that aren't possible. But in any case, it's also funny because it's one that my grandmother took when she got quite old and she started to lose some of her inhibitions, and she started smacking people who were annoying her, and this was deemed societally unacceptable, and they put her on a very low dose of this very same medication, and it seemed to contain her. And so I wonder when I'm taking it if it is containing me. But I have to say, I started taking it when my head was feeling like it was a balloon floating above my head, kind of attached by a string, dragging behind a few steps. And I think that this is one that even though I don't have psychotic symptoms, it's actually helped me, because for a year prior to taking it, I had a complete drought of creativity or any kind of artistic idea, and it made me feel like I wanted to die. And I was going on artistic residencies and sitting there and doing absolutely nothing because nothing would come to me. And for some strange reason, since I started taking this pill, I started seeing like more things that don't exist. In fact, one of the funny things that happens to me is that now when I'm walking my dog, I hear music that's not really there. And it's not even like they're particularly interesting songs. It's kind of things that go like dum 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 dum. But you know, I don't really mind it because I finally started being able to create things again. Minocycline. Now this is because, for whatever reason, this risperidone affects your hormones. So even though I just turned 41, I started getting like zits again, like pimples, blemishes, as though I were a teenager, which is really friggin' annoying. And so this is supposed to help. Is testosterone. I'm a woman. Why would I be taking testosterone? Well, because all of these lovely things totally fuck up your sex drive and your sexual functioning. And I've been taking some kind of these for 20 years, which means that my life has been totally messed up as a result of this. And I recently went to see my holistic doctor, and she said that testosterone might help with some of these little issues that can cause serious relationship difficulties. So I'm giving it a try, and we'll see what happens. Now, all of these medications are supposed to make these various imbalances and things that I have tidy and containable and make me a normal and productive adult. So I think I'm very excited. I'm coming to London. I'm going to be working in this great space with all these great people, and I have performances lined up, and this is going to be wonderful. So what happened? I got here, and I spent the first 3 days locked in the little room that I'm renting not too far from here over in Hackney Central. I didn't leave the room. I didn't really even leave bed. I didn't eat. I didn't go to the bathroom. I was too depressed and out of control and paralyzed. And couldn't force myself to do anything. And, you know, when, in all these like nice dramatic stories about suicidal artists, like they jump off a bridge, or at least like they do something dramatic. But just hiding in bed isn't really very interesting. It's not very creative or much fun for anyone. And that's what I did for the first 3 days that I was here. And then when I finally did manage to get up, it wasn't because of all these pills. You know why I got up? I got up because I was going to come here and see people and do a workshop in wrestling, of all things. There was a wrestling ring set up right here for the week before this show tonight. And on Wednesday night, the two artists that are working in it had a workshop for the other artists here to come in and learn how to throw each other into the floor. And that was what finally like helped me get up and come here. And then after that, I had a date to have dinner with an artist friend of mine who I had met on another residency, and I didn't want to let her down. And that's what finally got me up, and not all of these pills. And then yesterday, I went to the Tate Modern, which is a really wonderful place, I'm sure you all know. And I saw an exhibit about this artist, Yayoi Kusama, who does some really interesting and cool things. But I have to say, I was really angry about the way they talked about her mental illness. Because they said, okay, in 1973, she moved back to Tokyo from New York. And her transition to life back in Japan was difficult. And she voluntarily admitted herself to a hospital and has stayed there to the present day. And the way they talked about it, they said, but she's still really productive, so it's okay. She has a studio in the hospital, and she has assistants, and she works every day from 9 until 6, and she publishes books, and she creates paintings. And so, like, therefore, it's kind of okay that she's mentally ill because she's productive and contained and makes all of her, you know, nice little pictures with her little polka dots. And I don't know, it really bothered me, I guess, because my experience has been much messier and more ambiguous and difficult to contain. And maybe I'm just jealous because I want all those assistants and that nice studio in a hospital where I could live. And instead I have to try to live out there in the world and figure out, well, maybe I just need more wrestling workshops.